special place, one of my favorites, Infit Nutrition. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Thank you.
And we have here.
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Anthony.
I'm George.
Thank you for joining us today,
Thank you
Infit
for having
Nutrition.
Thank you.
Can you tell us where you're located?
We're located at 6944 Cooper Avenue, Glendale, New York, 11385.
Thank you. So this is considered what, Anthony?
A nutrition club.
Nutrition club.
Yes.
Okay, for the people like myself who don't know what a nutrition club is, can somebody tell me what a nutrition club is?
Yeah, so a nutrition club is basically like a smoothie bar. We have healthy smoothies or shakes that help supplement food, and we also have energy drinks. So our smoothies have less than 250 calories, 24 grams of protein, 21 vitamins and minerals. They taste like ice cream, but they're healthy for you. And our energy drinks have less than 1 gram of sugar, help you burn 80 to 100 calories per cup, and they taste like juice.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what's on the menu?
Yeah. So, wrong one. Nice. So we have our little cute menus here. So we have like a blondie, a Samoa cookie. We have little things like the dirt cake that come with cute toppings like crushed Oreos without the filling and maybe a gummy worm or two. And then we also have like the chocolate peanut butter banana, which has so much potassium and so much energy inside of it that people just die and crave for every day.
Very nice. And you also have teas.
Yeah, our teas are the favorite. A lot of people like our mega teas because they come with a little bit of extra energy. They don't have all the acid reflux that coffee gives towards you, and they get them really energized at home for the day.
Okay. And do you have a signature drink?
Yeah, so our signature drink is the Cooper's Idol because we're on Cooper's Avenue.
Okay.
And then the community's favorite is the honey bun.
What other things do you offer here?
So far we have like fat burning shots, we have immunity shots, we also have aloe shots to help clean out your digestive system. So the aloe vera has been processed in a way where it allows your body to take up all the yucky stuff that's inside of your digestive system and take it out when you're ready to cleanse yourself.
Very nice, very nice. So, do you have any future plans in terms of your menu?
Yeah, we're planning on rolling out protein waffles and also mud cakes. So those are going to be very
mud cake?
Yeah.
What is a mud cake?
So it's kind of like a cake, like type of texture, but instead of it being an actual cake, it's made with our same products. It's heated up into the point where it comes into that cake texture, and then it's served out. And we have like little syrup toppings and stuff, and then all sugar free.
Very nice. Okay. You're also not only a nutrition club, but you offer other services as well.
Yeah, so a lot of people tell us that they want to either lose weight or they want to gain muscle, have a little bit of extra energy. So we have take-home programs where we give people meal plans, we give them workout plans, and we help them gain whatever their goal is. So we've all been able to have results on the progress side, weight loss. George has muscle gain, Anthony has energy improvement, and we offer that to everybody in the society so that when they say, hey, this is where I want to go in my health journey, we have other forms of helping them where they don't have to come here every day, and they're still part of our community.
Excellent. How can they reach you and become a part of this nutrition club? And you're also wellness coaches. You will share offline. How can you be reached for the services outside of the traditional services offered here?
You can reach out to us on Instagram at Infit Nutrition or through our website, infitnutri.org, and fill out just a little contact info, and we'll reach back out to you with whatever information that you're looking for.
Excellent. What's the company's mission statement?
Our mission statement is to give that healthy alternative to everybody where you can still be on that I love my body journey, where you're in control of what you're putting inside your body and the aspects that you're going, the rate that you receive results. So the question that I get a lot is, what about the love my body journey? You can love your body, but if you want to change, we're here to help you do it. So we located ourselves across from a McDonald's and a Dunkin' Donuts to give everybody that extra thought when they're about to go eat something unhealthy for them to come here and have that healthy alternative offered in the community.
Absolutely. Very nice. Your vision.
Our vision, I want us to open more of these. Our communities need a lot of attention, and there's not enough clubs out there to help everybody gain what they're needed to gain. So we would like to open more of these throughout the states so that everybody can come together and tie in one mission and start impacting the communities where it's most needed.
Okay, sounds good. And you also have a way people can contact you online, because you also do some alternatives and helping through your wellness coaching and products probably online. How can they reach you online?
All they have to do is reach out to us on Instagram at Infit Nutrition.
Okay.
And then we'll take the steps. We'll match them with the wellness coach that's best for them, depending on their needs and where they want to go to their journey. We want somebody to be behind the scenes who's experienced the same journey that they want to experience, so that the conversation is very heart to heart and the experience is 100% transparent.
Excellent. And in addition to what you offer in your nutrition club here in the shop, you also are part of the community. You do quite a few community events. You're connected to your community. So you want to talk about some of what you're doing in terms of your community events?
Yeah, most definitely. So like we went to Tiger Showman and we hosted a little table there where we were giving them energy drinks for them to refuel themselves while they're doing their workouts. So we used one of our teas to help them do that. Instead of them just completely drinking water, we have something that supplements, like if it was a Gatorade, that fuels them up with electrolytes, and we provided that service. We did a sip and paint, which was really fun. Everybody came in, they paid for their seat, and we gave them a free energy drink for them to sip on something healthy while they were painting something very fun. And we were planning on doing karaoke nights, fit camps at the park down the block from our store, and just really getting more involved and tied in with the community. We want to be like a cement brick inside of the community, and not just like a paper balloon.
Excellent. And you had a grand opening recently, so the establishment is open right now. Your hours are?
So Monday through Friday we're open from 6 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. at night. Saturdays we're open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sundays we're open for 10 to 5. And we'll be closed periodically throughout the month for trainings, but on Instagram we let everybody know which day that will be.
Okay, so again, they can reach you on Instagram to follow and receive information about what's going on and events or Facebook activities. Very well. So, gentlemen, how did you get started?
It was actually very funny. I started, I kept on telling myself, hey, I want to open up a business. And I wanted to open up a brick and mortar. So I was watching a personal development video, and Lisa Nichols was saying, instead of you just diving in, start planning. And so I was like, okay, so I'm just going to start planning, but I don't know how to plan. And then I watched another personal development with the 5-second rule. Her name escapes me right now. But it was saying, instead of you just diving into it, you know, look into what it is to open a business, look into what it is to market a business, look into what it is to invest into a business by living through other people's eyes. So I started looking and searching and figuring out, you know, what things like camp charges were before I started investing money into building a business and time. And then we finally got to a point where it was like 9 months later and we were ready to look for a location, and we were looking and looking and looking, and we just couldn't find something that fit with us. And then when I found this place, I was walking by it maybe 4 or 5 times, and then I just said, you know what, let me just call the number. So I called the number, and the guy opens the door, and I just envisioned where everything was gonna be.
Wow.
And I said, George. He was like, what? And I was like, the mob sink's gonna go here, this thing's gonna go here, then it's gonna go here. And he was like, why? And I said, because it's gonna go there, and the bar's gonna come out to here, and the office is gonna go here. And then we made it happen. We chose the floors, we bought the equipment, we put up the walls, we laid down the floors. Many nights of us just giving all of ourselves into this place and building it to what we want it to be. Like I wanted a certain color and Anthony didn't want it, so we were fighting over the colors we were gonna put on the walls. And George was like, "Well, I want to put a door here, and I want to put it like that." And we really compromised with each other to make sure a little bit of ourselves were built into this place. And you know, George helped us with building the bar. He wanted a bar completely plain, and I was like, I want to cut here, and then you know, requirements. And he's like, well, I know how to build a bar, but I want to cut here. And I was like, well, we gonna look at a video on YouTube, and we gonna figure it out.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
So, on YouTube, figuring out how we gonna make this damn cut, and who are we gonna figure out how we're gonna make this cut with, and how are we going to implement it into a way where it can be functional. And then we came in together and we figured out, hey, this is what we can do, and we're gonna go about the process that way. Wow. So everything you see here, from the walls to the floor to the paint, you can see it's not perfect, but its imperfection is our custom made. And I think that's the most important part.
But I think the most important part of the imperfection, it speaks to all of us. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's imperfect. And so there's a little bit of good and bad in everything. And I think that's what you've captured in your establishment. You guys did an awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In closing, I'd like to thank Infit Nutrition for allowing us to come out and sit with you. You've been very gracious, and I'm very appreciative. Please look out for Infit Nutrition on Instagram. In closing, I always end with a quote, and today the quote is from George Washington Carver. Start where you are with what you have. Make something of it and never be satisfied. And the mission, the vision, and your hard work and your connection to this community is just that. I am your host, Monica Mathalia from the Interconnections Network. Thank you for joining us. Welcome again to the Interconnections Network. This is part 2 of my interview with Infit Nutrition. Hi guys.
Hey.
For those who don't know, I've had a YouTube video up of Infit Nutrition during the COVID-19 pandemic. We started the interview, we had an opportunity to get through the first half, and then COVID-19 hit. So we're returning now. We're back at Infit Nutrition. Thank you for welcoming us. And what has been going on here?
I think this is a perfect episode of Spill the Tea. So throughout COVID-19, we've maintained open. We've been able to add in this beautiful mountain cur dog that we rescued as an emotional support animal, not only to help us emotionally through all the things that are happening, but to help the community and give them a little bright view on her little teething session that she likes to have, and you know, give them a sense of love outside of the human-to-human connection. COVID-19 was, I would say, a really strict type of point of view. You know, we're very laid back, and we had to kind of like pull in our rails to make sure that us, you know, as a community and us as a business, we're following certain guidelines that could have put a hinder on our business, but making sure that we didn't lose that personal connection with our customers, with old customers, new customers, and even our Instagram community alike.
Right. And now in light of the pandemic, you were an essential business, so you were open throughout the pandemic. And I can say from my own personal experience that you were very engaging, very encouraging, very supportive of your community, a light spot during a really rough time, and I'm very proud of you guys, and I'm very appreciative of your efforts during COVID-19.
Oh, thank you. It's something that, as a business, is really good to know that, you know, risking yourself and being out there for the community gets appreciated, because you never know who needs that pick me up, who just needs that conversation with someone. Thank God for our smoothies. They're classified as meal replacements, which is why we're allowed to stay open. And the health parts that we get inside, like our immunity teas, our vitamin C boosters that kind of give back to people. I would say that COVID-19 put a hinder on connections with people and not allowing others to fully converse and convey who they are, losing that sense of human connection and how important it was.
Yes. So we were discussing health, wellness, and the fact that in addition to having an actual nutrition club, you also work as a wellness coach. You're all wellness coaches here.
Yes.
Is this correct?
Yes.
So if you had to give some advice on maybe new insight, new approaches, new options, things that people should really be looking at right now, in terms of maintenance or maybe adding something to their routine, what would you suggest right now?
Just a couple of things I would suggest. I mean, weight loss and weight maintenance is simply, calories in and calories out. A lot of people like to say, let me cut out the carbs completely, let me cut out the fats completely, not understanding the complete overall balance that you need as a society and as a person to be able to continue living on without putting your body inside of starvation mode. So the perfect thing is to bring in a lot of protein inside of your system and bringing in a lot of vitamins and minerals so that your cells don't feel a nutrition deficit. And the way that you can do that is literally adding in, let's say, a half a cup of quinoa with, 4 ounces of chicken and giving yourself vegetables in one healthy, colorful meal. And that will allow your body to understand that you have access to all of these types of foods that you need to be able to survive and to be able to have a great, a great balanced diet without you having to go crazy, without you having to cut out all of the foods that you love. Because at the end of the day, it's a fitness journey. It's life, it's love. People gain weight, people lose weight. It's going to happen each and every time. What are you doing? It's going to happen each and every time throughout your life. People will go up and will go down. It's just the balance of nature and how you take care of yourself.
I see in the pandemic now a lot of people are talking about plant-based diets. A lot of people are moving away from meat. Veganism is moving up, right now, and plant-based. Do you have any knowledge about some of the reasons why people are moving in that direction?
So a lot of people like to move away from meats because of the uncured diet and simply the products that are fed towards the animals. So it's not that the animal's meat itself is not good for your system. It's what the human itself is feeding that animal and then reproducing inside of the environment. Our smoothies are fully plant-based, so they're made with rice, quinoa, pea, and soy proteins. And we've chose to stay that way just so that we're able to give to everybody in every type of the community. Whether it is that they want to take their time and just be strictly plant, or they want to have lower calories and more protein. One thing I can say really about a plant-based diet is that plants like soy proteins and rice proteins and pea proteins, they have so many vitamins and minerals inside with less calories to offer.
And the other thing is, would you recommend vitamin regimens and walking? If you're not an exerciser, I know for myself, I'm very sedentary,
So being sedentary is a really great way to start getting your body into an influx. So when you're trying to get yourself out of, whatever this regime is, right? You want to start getting yourself into a new diet. You want to make sure that you're being a little more active, right? So your goal is to be 1% better than yesterday. So we're all for the Love Your Body movement. And, I always tell people, if you don't think that you need to change anything, don't, but make sure that you're able to maintain yourself where you're at. And you're only going to be able to maintain yourself where you're at if you're giving enough what you need to give at that same exact time, right? So if I'm eating 1,000 calories per day, and I'm exercising 1,000 calories per day, I'm not giving my body any fuel because all of my fuel is going towards it. But if I'm going to give myself 1,000 calories and I'm going to walk for 20 of those, and I'm only going to, burn, let's say, half of the calories that I can consume, then it's going to be a great way for me to experience weight loss. If I want to gain a little bit more muscle, I want to eat a little bit more than what I'm burning, but I want to make sure that I'm adding a lot of proteins inside of my diets there. And if I just want to be more active on my lunch break, where I'm supposed to be, sitting down for 30 minutes or an hour, I want to take my time to maybe walk to the place that I have to go to instead of, not that. I want to walk to the place that I'm going to go to instead of ordering Grubhub or Uber Eats, even though they're great platforms. But I want to make sure that I'm getting my part of the exercise in, visiting, and on top of that, I'm able to get that human-to-human interaction that I need to be able to stay sane throughout the entire thing.
And sidebar, you're also part of the delivery system as well.
Yes.
Who do you use?
We use all three platforms. Our best platform at the moment is DoorDash. And it's because DoorDash offers people-to-people service.
Okay.
So we're very solitary with all of them, but we noticed that what DoorDash puts inside of their system is to make sure that you meet and greet and you show your customer that you care for them. And by doing that, it makes their platform so much more generous because you're not just getting the curbside delivery unless that's all you want, but you're getting the how was your day, oh I hope you enjoy your meal on top of it. So it really helps us when we can't see our customers and give that ourselves. It helps us to allow our platform to do it for us.
And now you mentioned something about calories.
Yes.
What is your recommendation, the number of calories someone should intake daily, if you had to make a recommendation?
So everything, it depends on what your weight is, your height is, and the crazy amount of activity that your animals make you do per day. She's very hyperactive.
That's okay.
So for someone, every food-based diet is now circumcised around the 2,000 calorie diet, right? So I say someone who wants to be able to lose weight, you want to be able to lose 40 pounds in around 4 to 5 months, then you should cut your caloric intake to around 1,500 to 1,600 calories per day, with the majority being protein. But you can also go on to a website, you can go into Google and you can type in, what your weight is, your height is, and your date is, and it's going to tell you, okay, this is the amount of carbs that you should eat, this is the amount of protein you should eat, and this is the amount of, I think it's flaccid that you should be able to eat. So at this way, you're able to get all of the vitamins and nutrients that you need while still being able to hit your goal in the time you want to hit it.
That's good advice. Because I think, for people who don't have a lot of experience, don't know where to start, I think that's a good place to start.
No, Google is really great, especially
everything.
If you say, so it's called macros, so you type in, it's called calorie, right? So you go to a macrocalorie calculator, and then you'll get there, and it's gonna ask you, okay, so what's your age, what's your sex, what's your weight, what's your desired weight. It has links to BMI calculators, so you're able to see what your BMI is. And then it says, okay, so from here on out, I want you to eat this amount of percentage for protein, this amount of percentage for carbs, so that we can start getting you to the goal that you want to get to per day. Another thing that they do, that you can do is there's a weight scale called the RefNo. And that weight scale allows you to connect with your phone via Bluetooth, and it allows you to sit there and it tells you what your water weight is, what your BMI is, what your bone mass density is, so you can understand exactly what it is that you need to start working on. And it goes in green zones, red zones, and yellow zones, so you can understand what's normal, what's not, and then you can click on it and it gives a little bit more of that. So you're still teething.
And the other thing is, I know I haven't set my phone up for anything, but there's different ways to count your steps.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Right?
You have the Fitbit that does it. You have the Apple Watch that does it. The
Uh-huh.
Samsung Watch that does it. Let her down. Let her down.
You want to walk around? Okay, you can walk around.
And those devices itself, they allow you to do it. They allow you to be you. They allow you to be free. It tells you what you're doing in your exercise, what you're not doing inside of your exercise. The Apple Watch has great features where it tells you, okay, well, last month you didn't stand as much, so let's make your goal this month to stand 40% more than what you did last month. And it's really good when it comes to that that area, because you're now understanding, okay, well, I'm not standing enough. I'm not being sedentary enough. I'm not being sedentary enough. I'm not being active enough. I'm being too sedentary. I need to make sure that I'm being a little bit more me. Another thing that you can do is you can set your calorie goal, where you want to burn, instead of 800 calories per day, you want to put your goal up a little bit more to 850 calories per day. So that this way you're able to get towards your goal a little bit more faster. And if you don't ever hit your goal, it's reminding you, hey, you only have 10% more, 20% more, let's go.
I thought it was important, we spoke off camera before we started taping. I thought it was important to have this conversation because everyone keeps talking about this second wave. So this is, this is sort of like helpful for people in preparing themselves and kind of putting up a preventative method to help them out during this whole, I keep calling it an epidemic, the pandemic, but it'll help people to kind of become stronger, more health conscious, and be able to have more of a routine set up, because a lot of people are home working remotely, kids are in school remotely, so gives you something to do and something to focus on and kind of work on yourselves as a result of the pandemic. But
after being able to lose over 100 pounds, I would say the best thing that you should always do, pandemic or no pandemic, is work on yourself. So a half an hour a day, whether it's whatever type of exercise that you think fits you. If you have to be at work at 6 o'clock and it's mobile. So you're gonna wake up, you're gonna get on your computer and you're gonna start working. You would usually leave your house at 4:30. So why not get up at 4:30, go through 30 minutes of activity, sit down, listen to something to help develop your mind and keep you ready, so that you can start your day off the same way. And it's something that even I myself in the beginning of the pandemic didn't think about. The little things like, I can just wake up 30 minutes earlier than what I usually do, and instead of rushing, I can just work out on myself and then take that little time that I have and reinvest it into myself, so that this way later on I don't have to worry about what's going on. And working out or starting your little parts of activity is going to be a lot better for you, because then you're not going to experience that heavy amount of stress that's going around in the community.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you guys for coming back. Thank you for having us again.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming to the Interconnections and rejoining the program to finish up with Infit Nutrition. They are located in Glendale, New York. You can follow them on Instagram at
Infit Nutrition, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the Interconnections Network. Be safe, be well.